this is Brandon Dughman. I'm here with the Preservation and Print YouTube channel to talk about my house. Today we're going to talk about the floors that I've redone in the house. As you can see, I've already redone these floors in here. They're actually, contrary to what a lot of people think, not cypress. This is actually red pine, which is really commonly used in the Victorian era, especially around here in the entire Gulf South. And clearly they were not in this condition when I bought the house. They had been painted several times, lastly with this really attractive mud brown color that just did a horrible disservice to the house. So sanded them down and put several coats of polyurethane on top. You can see they're actually pretty shiny, and apparently there's two schools of thought with redoing floors. One is to load up the polyurethane, which does make them a little bit shiny, but the thought is that if they get scratched, it scratches only the polyurethane and not the wood underneath, as opposed to the other school of thought, which would be, a less shiny surface, probably a little bit more period, authentic looking, but you have to be more careful with the floors and scratching them and so on. So I'm fine with the shiny. It actually kind of goes with my contemporary aesthetic. I did have to do some patches, but luckily my floor guys did a pretty good job. So this is the original floor, and then this is the patch, and it goes all the way into this back corner here. And the reason why that was done is because the floor was patched a long time ago. I think this used to be the kitchen originally, and when they did the patch, they didn't lace the floors in. In other words, they just laid the pieces in kind of a square, and it looked unnatural. It looked like it had been messed with. And so I was able to get red pine. It's old red pine. It was not flooring originally. It was beams from an old warehouse that were milled down into flooring, and they laced it in correctly so that it goes with the rest of the room. But what's really cool is that the flooring that was in there before, that was not laced in, that was kind of put in straight, I was able to use over here. In fact, this whole room is all tongue and groove wood underneath, and so actually underneath this drywall here, and so actually this gray piece, as opposed to the brown, was the flooring from the other room. And eventually, I'll get all this lovely lime green drywall off the walls, and it'll continue all the way up as tongue and groove flooring. That's one thing I forgot to mention about this too. This is old. All this wood in here is tongue and groove. So it's a piece of wood. On one side of the strip of wood, it's a gap, and on the other side, it's a tongue or a groove and a tongue, and they notch together and hold tight so that it all fits in together like a puzzle.